Good morning, guys. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chris. Today we're going to try something quite different that I've not done before. And that is what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and take a Mavic Air as well as a DJI Air unit and run it all on a small plate and with a battery, and hopefully we can use our DJI FPV goggles to actually use this unit for flying. We've been asking DJI for this for a long time and nobody seems to be interested. So what we're going to try today is to see if we can put it together and actually fly the Air 2S using our goggles. Let's get on with this. So the first part of what we have to do is we need to take our box and undo it by breaking the tape and then opening up our Air unit, and there we have it, complete brand new Air unit ready to go. Two antennas in the back. Let's take the pieces out. That's the a cable that we're going to be using, as well as the Air unit itself. And the two antennas, and what we end up with is everything ready to go. It's a matter of now putting all the pieces together. Air unit's now good to go. This little unit, which is the plug to power it, we need to solder up and put a plug on the back of that so that we can match the, in this particular case it's an XT60, and what we're using here is a 650 milliamp 2S battery. Now from mathematics we know that P is equal to IV, which means the power in watts is equal to amps times volts. So in other words, we know from DJI that we need somewhere between 4 and 9 watts to drive this particular unit, and so that means if we end up with a worst case of 7.6 volts, that multiplied by the 0.650 milliamps gives us 4.94. So we're pretty close to what they need, between 4 and 9 watts to run this unit. So let's get it all prepared onto a little skid. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it onto a piece of plate with some double-sided tape and get it all stuck together onto the aircraft, and let's see what it looks like. And finally we have it all ready. The yellow sticky tape that you see on there is a silicone tape, and I've done it just to stop any wires touching anything they shouldn't. We're going to make sure the battery is fully charged, and we're going to then do a test. One thing we need to do is to check what the weight of this whole sled arrangement is that we've got here. And I can get this camera to focus on it, which is with all the bits in it. And we've got the scale down there at the minute, and it's showing 0. Chuck that on. Battery and all, 145 grams. So there we go. I'll come around the side if it makes it a little bit easier to see. Okay guys, getting ready to go fly. Got all the bits on the back seat. Hopefully you can see some of them there. Not too sure. But we're ready to roll, and we're going to go and see if this whole contraption that we've come up with actually works. Okay, we're here. We're about to start sticking all this together. Turn this drone is on. Now going to stick this machine on top here somewhere, and I'm thinking it's going to go about there. I'm a little bit concerned about that, but that's as good as I can get it on there. And now I'm going to put a zip tie on it as well. I'm going to have to zip tie that because I'm a little concerned it might actually fly off. So we're going to use 2 zip ties to go through there and around the belly of the machine. At least we know we've got some form of security on there that makes it pretty tight. Let's just clip off the end piece we don't need, and we're good to go. Right, now we've got need to plug in the Air unit, which we're now plugging in, and we are waiting to see in the goggles what channel we're on. Yep, we're upside down, that's all. And if we press the record button, yep, we got a record going. So okay, we're good to go. We've got the DJI app going to start, and we're going to start up the iPhone. Start up the iPhone as well. We're going to start videoing straight away. Takeoff is permitted. Seems everything is fine. Let's put it out where it's out in the, look it out where we can see where it's going to take off from. This is where we are. And we're going to be taking off from the field here. So she's good to go. That's it. And we're going to put this on our lap. We're going to put the goggles on our head. And hopefully we can fly FPV. We'll soon know whether this is possible.
Has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Okay, so the home point is cool. We've got it on the map. We're all good. The FPV is on. Checks are complete. And we've got propellers going. Hell of a windy day. Proof of concept, people. This has got nothing to do with whether it's good, bad or indifferent. As you can, we'll be able to see on the video, it's shaking like crazy. I'm going to bring it back in. There we are. Props are stopped and head set off. Well guys, we got that done. It actually worked. Not particularly well because the wind was buffeting it all over the place. Currently the wind is running at about 15 knots here. Very windy day, very hot, 27 degrees C, so we've got all the hot, high, humid issues. However, we have a concept that works. DJI, you need to put this in all your drones. We're going to press that button for the minute, turn the DJI drone off. Right, she's switched off, and that's what we started off with. It's double-sided tape on both sides. How did it fly? I think the answer to that question is it was very heavy. It felt odd. It was buffeting badly, and I think the bracket was acting like a wind, sort of like a surfboard on a motor vehicle, where it keeps on trying to pull up against its setting. Not very efficient. If someone had to make this out of a 3D printer with a nice plastic mold that fitted onto the top of the unit, the Air 2S, quite well, I think that would solve that problem. I do think it's an opportunity for somebody, but for me it was purely a message to DJI to say, come on, give us a feed to our goggles from the Mavic series of drones. It would be so appreciated, and there are a lot of people. I have the V1 set. I'm quite happy with 5.8 if that's all you could give me. On the other hand, for the guys who are lucky enough to have the V2 sets, it would be great if you could give them a feed both in 2.4 and 5.8. It would just be a better picture. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching.